Fun fact, it's illegal to perform plastic surgery on yourself. If that's true, what am I doing with this extra bag of faces? It's a Conspiracy is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, locally grown and community supported. For a list of other fun programming, please check out the albertapodcastnetwork.com, where you can find shows like I Love This, You Should Too.
It's a conspiracy!
I'm ready.
Okay.
I am also ready.
Yeah.
So we're recording.
We're doing it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Episode 7, Water. Welcome back, everyone, to It's a Conspiracy. This is the podcast where we lay out the beliefs behind selected conspiracy theories, alternative accounts, legends, myths, and more. I'm your host, Andrew, and I do not claim to be an expert on anything we're going to discuss today, and we'll probably be wrong about everything because this is our 100th episode. Wow! So who to thunk it? 100
We finally
times.
did it.
We did
God.
it.
We did it.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
Like the milestone, yeah.
It's a milestone, yeah. Celebrations. As always, if you'd like to see where we discovered the centurions of goodness we were going to chinwag on, then please check out the episode description. Charlie has 100 shades of gray within him, and you can see each and every one in whatever capacity works for you. Go right ahead.
On his OnlyFans.
Yep.
Check it out now.
That's right.
His safe word is hamster. We are a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network. Yay team, yay friends, yay squad. And you can check us out at itsaconspiracypodcast.com. Our Twitter, at Is It A Conspiracy? That's run by the social media influencer, See Irish Madman. Our Facebook group, our Instagram, that's the It's A Conspiracy Podcast, run by Gorgeous Greg. Very nicely run.
Thank you.
And our email and our Patreon page, patreon.com/It's a Conspiracy. That's amazing, man. Live effects again. Ready then, joining the in-person head-to-head party package today is Charming Charlie, Gorgeous Greg, and our pal Aidan O'Donnell. And we're recording live from the wonderful Omen Brewing located in wintry Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for having us, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on for the
We've-
100th episode. I'm honored.
Yeah. This is your second time.
Yeah.
So
Third.
Is it third?
Second.
Is this the second?
Yeah.
Get it
Fourth.
right, Greg.
It's the 10th time. Yeah. We had you on for our Irish special with Black Pudding.
Yeah, that's right. It was
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, we were
special.
talking about all our chubbies and
Yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
That's right.
We had a brownie with some ketchup on it, I think.
Yeah.
Now, Charlie, with a sturdy aye or a nay, can you tell me if you've heard of this theory?
Let's do it.
Okay. That time we shared 100 fun facts and drank some beer.
Oh, my God. I only remember like a third of that.
All right, so subject number 1. What I thought we'd do here is we take some turns and break this up into chunks of 10, and then at a few opportune times, we're going to try out some tasty suds from Omen Brewing. What say ye? Does that work for you guys?
Aye.
Yay.
Aye. Okay, cool.
Sounds great.
We're going to do 100 fun facts in honor of our 100th episode. Okay. So
Hey, don't. You asked for this.
we
okay?
did, yeah.
You
So
asked for
You
this.
said it, man.
we don't know what the fun facts are going to be. We don't know each other's fun facts. Okay, there might be some surprises in here. I'm not sure. I'm going to start things off here really, really simply, and this might come as no shocker, but we're fans of the movie Highlander, so here's 10 fun facts about Highlander.
Oh, man. We haven't talked about Highlander
It's been a
in
while.
years.
It's been a little while. Have you seen Highlander, Aidan?
No, I haven't.
Oh. What?
No. Gulps beer.
We're going to have to stop, watch Highlander, and we'll come right back.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 fun facts about Highlander. Number 1, this script was originally conceived during a stormy night at sea on the fjords of Norway. Now that would be a whole lot better, but the script was actually written by a college student after a trip to a London armory.
Wait, so the first thing wasn't true?
Not true at all. Yeah, I just thought it sounded a lot cooler. Yeah. So number 2, the role of Connor McLeod was originally offered to the patron saint of our podcast, Kurt Russell. He was hot off of his work on Escape from New York and The Thing, and the director offered him the role, but Russell's girlfriend, now wife, Goldie Hawn, talked him out of it. Curse you, Goldie Hawn. How great would that have been, right? Oh. Number 3, this will come as a shocker to any fan of the series, but actor, I almost said actifer Christopher Lambert wasn't as Englishly to speaking friendship when the employment time started then.
What did you just say?
I was gonna say.
Christopher Lambert couldn't speak English when he filmed his role, so he had to learn everything phonetically.
Gotcha.
Director Russell Mulcahy thought that the mysterious accent, where's it from? He's from Sweden. And it's like, nobody will recognize that. Well, someone with a Swedish accent would work for someone who had spent, spoilers, 400 years roaming the world. And like he just picked up accents as he went along the way, and it turned into a Swedish broth. Now, the problem with that is it doesn't explain why he has a Swedish accent at the beginning when he's living in the little village in Scotland. So, answer me that, Mulcahy, you bastard.
Make better movies.
I know, right? Like, I get it later on, but number 3, actor Sean Connery only worked on the production for 7 days. His schedule was packed from morning to late in the evening, and he was super busy, but he still managed to find plenty of time to criticize both his fellow actors and the camera crew. So, yeah, right on, Sean. Number 4, when the Kurgan shows up in the modern era, he is dressed as a punk rocker, but Clancy Brown, the actor who portrayed him, initially suggested a pinstripe suit, a bowler hat, and a walking cane, as if to suggest the character had found his peak in the 10s and 20s and hadn't moved on. How cool would that have been?
That would have been amazing.
Totally.
When you find your thing, just go with it, man.
That's right. Like, we're all kind of trapped in the 90s a little bit. Like, our clothes and...
It's all I can afford right now.
Greg wasn't born in the 90s, but yeah. The swords, this is number 5. The swords sparked up by being connected to car batteries that were wired through the actor's clothing. This resulted in Lambert being electrocuted dozens of times.
That's a fun thing to try at home.
That was so dangerous.
And he almost cut off his own thumb more than once. Number 6, spoilers. The original ending was going to be on the Statue of Liberty, on the torch of the Statue of Liberty, but the director thought that audiences would think this was a ripoff of it was bound to be a hit, the climax from Greg's favorite movie, Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins. So they rewrote the script.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I know you love that movie.
Do love Remo Williams.
It is pretty great. Number 7, cuddly old Sean Connery made the production team sign a form that demanded that anyone who brought up James Bond to him could be fired from the production. Sean, I love you, man, but what the hell is that all about? Yeah. Number 9, Nick Offerman. Have we all seen Parks and Rec before?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay. This should speak to you, Aidan, here. Nick Offerman of Parks and Rec was disgusted to learn that Chris Pratt had never seen the film. So in 2013, Offerman booked the editing suite and held a private viewing for the two. Later he said, and it was and still is the greatest movie about becoming a man that I've ever seen.
That guy's a boss.
That's so badass.
Number 9, the Kurgan's backstory was explained further in the novelization. It explains that the Kurgan discovered his immortality after being murdered by his own father, and then he was resurrected and murdered his dad for murdering him, and he became a murderer. Kurgan went on to become a Vandal, a Goth, Attila the Hun, a Viking, and Genghis Khan. Number 10, in the original screenplay, Connor would behead the Kurgan. He'd start getting the prize, and then he would immediately have to fight a reincarnated Kurgan in the form of an animated spirit dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this would have looked amazing in 1982, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%.
It would have looked incredible. Yeah. And that's 10 facts about Highlander.
You're the man now, dog.
All right.
Nice.
I've traveled.
All right, buddy.
All right, so in our 30 fun facts that we're going to be doing, I've got 10 fun facts about Andrew.
What?
One of my best friends. I had to make them all up, so if they're not true, that's his problem. Number 1, complains when he eats dairy, but does it anyway.
Yes. That's true.
Coming in strong.
Number 2, hates Jewel, one of the greatest Canadian singers known to man, and Canada's treasure. I've frequently asked you to play Jewel in your live performances, and you've always refused.
That doesn't mean I hate her, though. I mean, that's a strong word.
Yeah. Well, she is one of Canada's treasures. So
Is she Canadian?
yeah.
Is she? Okay. All right. That's good
So
to
you
know.
get on it, buddy. He loves lists. That's number 3.
I do.
Number 4, he loves facts.
Holy.
For all of you out there, number 5, he yodels like a king. That's
true.
I've every live performance, I've begged him to yodel and play Jewel at the same time, and he refuses to do both. Number 6, rage drinks on movie nights.
Yes. That is also true. Yeah.
Oh, damn, I'm hitting these for like 5 for 5. Number 7, eats dairy products knowing full well what the results will be. And that is a repeat of number 1. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew
Underline.
Underline.
Exclamation.
Yeah. Dad jokes with the best of them.
Oh,
One of the best dads I know.
Greg, come on, man. Thanks, buddy.
And as I like to call him, he is also my conspiracy king.
Oh,
So those are 10 fun facts about our Andrew.
this is so nice.
Thank you.
What? Well, there we go. All right, Chunks.
Well, I got a lot more of a potpourri. I didn't go for a specific angle like you guys did. So
That was very sweet.
that was very nice. So this is going to sound like it's straight out of left field. But fact number one, some cats are allergic to people. Fact.
Really?
That's awesome.
Number two, the lyra bird can mimic almost any sound it hears, including chainsaws. Fact.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty impressive. There's lots of videos for it. Number three, completely different. Elvis Presley, in his entire life, only won 3 Grammys. So much for being the king, huh?
Damn.
Huh? Number four, Elvis Presley's manager used to sell I Hate Elvis badges. Fact.
Are we saying fact after every fact? I forgot about that.
I mean, I am
Okay,
anyways.
then, yes, that's a good idea.
I feel like it really drives the point home.
That
For
does,
instance,
yeah.
Fact.
Number 5, there are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way galaxy. There are about 3 trillion trees on planet Earth and between 100 and 400 billion stars approximately in the galaxy. Fact.
That's bullshit.
Boom.
I'm calling bullshit.
Holy.
Okay, is that a little too sciencey for you,
A little
Greg?
bit, yeah,
Okay, well
yeah.
then, Greg, this
In
one's
English.
for you. Number 6. Legendary wrestling announcer and backstage interviewer Mean Gene Okerlund is undefeated in the squared circle. The great streak began in August of 1984 when Okerlund teamed with Hulk Hogan to face George the Animal Steele and Mr. Fuji, pinning Fuji himself with some assistance. Then, in WCW, teaming with Buff Bagwell to defeat Canyon and announcer Mark Madden 16 years later, and pinning Madden solo in a rematch the following week. Mean Gene would then go 4-0 in his final match in 2012 when he teamed with Sheamus to face Alberto Del Rio and Daniel Bryan on SmackDown's Blast from the Past special. Wow. Sheamus picked up that pinfall over Bryan, adding yet another W to Mean Gene's record. Rest in peace, Mean Gene. Fact.
Oh.
So how many fights? 5?
4. 4-0.
4-0.
That's
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Take that, Goldberg.
Jeez.
Shut your mouth.
Sensitive nerve. Fact.
Keeping it in the realm of television, the next 3 facts are all MASH facts.
Oh, nice.
MASH fact. Radar's teddy bear went missing for years. The teddy bear Radar traveled with for years was eventually placed in a time capsule, and it was meant to symbolize all the boys who came over as boys and left as men. When the show ended, no one seemed to know what actually happened to the stuffed animal. 22 years later, it turned up at an auction. It sold to a medical student for $11,500, who then sold it back to Gary Berghoff.
Oh, nice.
How Radar got his bear back. Fact.
Fact.
Number 8. MASH fact. You rarely ever see Radar's left hand in the series. Gary Berghoff was born with a birth defect that left him with 3 misshapen fingers on his left hand. They mostly hide his hand throughout the entirety of the show, but it can be seen on occasion. Even with the birth defect, Gary was still an amazing drummer, which is also shown in a few episodes. MASH fact.
Nice.
Are you looking at a picture?
I just want to see his hand. His mangled hand.
Yeah, it's usually hidden behind like a file or something.
Clipboard or his teddy bear?
How do you spell Gary Burger Hut? How do you spell his last name?
Burghoff.
Okay.
Berghoff. Berghoff.
Oh, the first. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
The
See?
poor man.
You just gotta,
But that didn't slow him down.
yeah,
No.
you got to watch more MASH.
He's also the most musical person, and this is a bonus fact, the most musical person on MASH.
yeah. Except he can't play the trumpet.
That's right. That's the funniest thing. That's what he has to do for his job, and he can't do it for shit. MASH fact. In the late 80s, the cast of MASH reprised their roles in a series of IBM commercials where they seemed to have the same personality traits as they did on the show, like an alternate reality Office MASH. Fact.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Number 10, non-MASH fact. The inventor of the Pringles can is now buried in one.
Holy shit, man.
Yes.
Pringles, the uniformly stackable chip, was developed in 1966 by Frederick Bauer. He was so proud of his idea that he told his family that when he died, which he did at the age of 89, he wanted to be buried in one. Ultimately, they talked about it, but they chose to bury him in an original flavored can. Fact.
Wow. Just corpses stacked on each other like potato chips?
They couldn't do barbecue or sour cream and onion.
Barbecue would have been a little bit on point, I think, for
He's cremated.
What if the canister nicely too? Yeah.
That's 30 facts. We are a third of the way there.
We're flying through.
We are enjoying some suds, some tasty wobble pops. I am one in and feeling the feels.
fine.
Yeah, feeling good.
Good.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about these little guys here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're at Omen Brewing today, nestled in the heart of the Happy Beer Street community.
Beer Street.
Beer Street. Yeah.
Is it really Beer Street? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, all the breweries in this area. There's like 7 at the moment. Kind of came together last year and decided that they wanted to create something similar to like the Barley Belt in Calgary, where there's a bunch of breweries all within like very short walk of each other. So, and they want to have make it like a destination. So yeah, they campaigned to the city and wanted to kind of rename the area as Happy Beer Street. So yeah, there's flags and everything up and down the street now, and it's done wonders for each of the breweries. There's like tours and stuff every weekend and that kind of stuff. So yeah, Omen's right in the middle of all those breweries. Family-owned operation, coming up to 3 years in operation right now. So yeah, December 1st will be their 3rd year anniversary. Yeah, father, 3 sons.
Sweet.
Yep. Oswald is the name of the family, and that has got a little bit to do with the name of the brewery, Omen. The Oswald men, Omen. So
I like it.
yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all Omen.
Oh, man.
Omen. Yeah, when I was looking for a job, I said I would be a great member of the Omen team. My last name was O'Donnell. I would be an Omen as well. So how could they resist? But a great little group of guys, and slowly getting a good name for themselves for creating some fantastic beers. So
We featured the beers a couple times. I was talking to you earlier. I think it was the Irish Red, and the can was spectacular.
Yeah.
And you guys have new cans.
Sure.
Nothing gets me in like a handsome can, which was Charlie's nickname in high school.
Hey,
So
handsome can.
yeah, handsome cans. So December 1st is their
3rd year anniversary. Yeah.
the brewerversary. That is
Yeah.
when this episode comes out.
Happy
Okay.
Brewiversary.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, they're growing all the time. They initially had just 10 taps on their tap room here, but they doubled up to 20 there in the middle of the summer. So they're very much growing very quickly. They're got a new cannon machine this week as well, which will help them, spread their wings across the province and things like that there too. Because right now it's mostly just distribution across Edmonton, but the cannon machine will help pump out beer faster, empty the tanks faster, make more beer. So yeah, they should hopefully be across the province by the middle of next year. Like so.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
canning, right?
Canning, yeah.
So I'm assuming cannon. So it's like to shoot the other breweries like a bunch of.
Don't even get me started. on that.
There she blows.
Let's shoot those guys. Well, then that's going to take us to ad number 1.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Bonkink,
I'm Andrew Paul.
and we're the hosts of the Well Endowed Podcast.
The Well Endowed Podcast is produced by Edmonton Community Foundation, or ECF as we call it.
ECF provides grants to charities through the endowment funds we create and manage with our donors.
Hence the title of our show, The Well Endowed Podcast.
Every month, we bring you a collection of stories and interviews with fascinating guests who are working to make Edmonton a strong, vibrant city to live in.
Through these stories, we look at the space where endowments intersect with your communities.
So if you're interested in the people and issues impacting your community, check out thewellendowedpodcast.com.
Kapow.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. All right, we got another round of fun facts coming at you here. Greg's going to start us up with this one, and he's got 10 fun facts about Charlie's pants. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the fun
That was way too specific. They're just about Charlie and not his pants.
Oh.
Because I prefer Charlie without
Fact
pants.
1, they are tented. Fact.
All right, 10 fun facts about Charlie. Number 1, he's in a really cool band. They Give 'em Hell Boys.
Hey.
You can find all their music online.
And at give'emhellboys.com or give'emhellboys.com.
There you go. Number 2, loves fried chicken.
Oh, fact.
Fact. Number 3, has a tattoo of fried chicken.
Fact.
Number 4, has a Muppet made in his likeness.
Also fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 5, in his free time, travels around Maryland, United States, looking for monsters and monsters to talk about. Fact. Number 6, mashes with the best monsters.
Yay.
Number 7, loves He-Man
Fact.
and all He-Man related memorabilia. Number 8, is a talented graphic designer.
Ooh, hot damn.
I don't think talented is enough of a.
Oh,
I would say brilliant. Oh. No, nope. Yeah, absolutely.
So I really tried to look up the word. and
Go on.
They just, there wasn't a word better to describe.
I think we need to go to German for that. He's like a.
Schadenfreude.
They've got a word for that, for sure.
Number 9, has a really cool wife. Shout out to Kaylee. Thanks for putting up with all our bullshit
Hey, there
and
you
letting
are.
us podcast in your house. And number 10, I call him a pretty rad dude.
Aww.
Oh, well, I'll cheers to that, sir.
Cheers.
Facts. There we go.
Those facts are fun.
Those are fun facts.
Fact.
We're not even one beer in, and the spirit is with us. Yeah,
right.
Have you your He-Man guy back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
because He-Man's had a bit of a renaissance lately. I don't know if you've been to Canadian Tire or Walmart.
Walmart, for sure.
Walmart, and it's amazing. Like the old WWF wrestling figures are now like making He-Man, so like Battle Cat's out again.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's
No, it's both. There's old school He-Man, just classic stuff. But then what they've done is because they have all these old school He-Man molds for all these, they've got hundreds of them at this point. They've just repurposed them and remixed them to be WWE wrestlers.
Cool.
So it's crazy.
It is.
Suck me right in.
Sorry, totally.
Oh man, I totally forgot to put a wrestling fact in there. He loves wrestling. Fact.
Bonus fact.
Yeah, that's a bonus fact. All right, Aidan, what are we
drinking?
Ooh.
Right now we are. Greg's got the spilt milk. It's our milk stout. Anybody not really familiar with the milk stout? Very similar to like a regular stout that you would get, but it's got lactose sugar in it, so it gives a bit of a sweetness, but more of a robust sort of body feel. Andrew and Charlie are both drinking the Dead End. It's light pale ale, very crushable, very nice and easy for a Sunday afternoon, which we're here right now enjoying this.
Dangerously crushable, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm drinking our Irish Red Ale, which was one of the beers I recommend that we brew when I started working here. We didn't have a red ale or an amber, so it would be one of my favorite styles.
You brought this.
Yeah, well, I know we were sold out on tap, but I had a couple of cans in the back that, So if you really want one for the second round, I'll go grab one for you.
Yeah, man. Did you must have said something like, I wish we had an Irish ale or something like when we came
That's the
in
same damn joke you made when you had it the other time. I wish I had another one.
I think we said Omen. I wish I had another one.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm well used to your bullshit, Andrew.
I'm glad that you brought that on board, man. That is
Yeah.
spectacular. And our Irish madman, speaking of angry Irish people, he is our Twitterist and our websiteist.
Tweetist?
Our tweetist? Yeah, and what's our website maintainer and awesome friend. But he refuses to have his name stated on the podcast, and he refuses to have his voice on the podcast.
He sort of doesn't want anything to do with us.
He really, it feels like that, doesn't it? He's
Although
like,
he is part of the team. He doesn't want anything to do with us.
yeah. There's a lingering conspiracy that I'm actually this person, like tweeting in the
Right.
People ask, and I can confirm, and Andrew is not that guy.
Yeah, totally. Like
I will mention this guy's name. It'll probably be bleeped out, but
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So Andrew forwarded me on an email from
Yeah, go ahead. No, we're gonna beep it right up.
Classic.
which are his 10 fun facts. So I apologize if there's no background to some of the facts that I'm about to state. But I literally just got emailed this 10 minutes before the whole thing started. So.
We never apologize for any of our non-information.
You apologize for apologizing. God damn it.
Take it back. All right, so I'll get the ball rolling here. Number one.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
There was a longer time gap between Stegosaurus and T-Rex than between T-Rex and this podcast.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's coming in strong.
That is
Okay.
a pretty good one to get it going. Number two,
Charms.
3 future U.S. presidents were all in Dallas for different reasons on the day of the Kennedy assassination. Again,
Yeah.
no background into who those 3 presidents were. Because
Which future presidents were in Dallas?
Like, are they the ones that like don't exist yet?
Yeah,
Or-
totally.
yeah. Number 3,
Charms.
worms have either 0, 5, or 10 hearts, depending on how you define a heart. Yeah. Number 4,
Charms.
in Terminator 2, James Cameron managed the special effect of having a helicopter fly under a freeway bridge by having a helicopter fly under a freeway bridge and film in it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Charms.
Number 5, tea is known in every single country as some variation of tea or cha, dependent on the way it came from China to the country in question. Number 6,
Charms.
all the bananas you've ever eaten are clones of each other.
That's true.
Wow.
that's
That
pretty
is
cool.
100% true. I like that one.
Clones.
Fact. Number 7,
Charms.
in the Divine Comedy, the Inferno is actually really, really cold.
Oh, really?
True. Yeah.
Number 8,
Charms.
helium is so light that Earth's gravity can't hold it, and all the atoms just drift off into space.
Man. Wow. This is very. Is that
This is
fact?
hard-hitting stuff
Like
here, yeah.
fact?
I mean,
I kind of feel like we're being outdone on our own.
I totally. Damn.
That's also an email from This is actually all my stuff that I just brought here. Like,
Just rattling off facts at the top of your head.
Number 9.
Charms.
Male honeybees have no fathers. The queen can just make them herself.
Oh, wow.
What a goddess.
That's amazing. What a goddess.
She slays. Yeah.
Number 10.
Charms.
Every single one of your friends and family has a skeleton concealed under their skin, and nobody talks about it. Fact!
Excellent.
That's so good, man. Holy shit. That is so funny.
Why don't we ever talk about that?
Yeah.
We don't talk about our skeletons often enough, no.
Pretty sure mine's a little hunched.
I have my 10 facts for this round are 10 fun facts about how the world will probably end. The world will end by nuclear war. The blast itself would easily kill hundreds of thousands, potentially, possibly millions, but the nuclear winter would be the big thing. The atmosphere would be ruined for years, crops would die, violence would begat the crops dying, and cannibal biker gangs would begat the violence when the crops died.
A lot of begatting.
Yeah, begatting. Number 2, the world would end by biological and or chemical warfare. These days, anyone in a lab anywhere in the world could accidentally create and release something that could take out the world. A cheery thought on this is that the perfect time to release such a thing would be in the current vulnerable state inflicted by the pandemic. So, yay.
I like how you say it so cheery.
Yeah, it's maximum carnage right now.
Hooray!
Say that with a smile, please.
Yeah. The world will end by climate change. Changes in weather, atmospheric conditions, and water could range from a rise in radical weather patterns to the loss of cities like New York and Mumbai, which would be sad. But we could also lose cities like Vancouver. And if they took
That's
the
not so
Canucks,
bad.
that's not so bad, right? Like, that's the silver lining there. Science.
Too soon, Greg. Too soon.
I've seen worse.
The
I've
city,
seen
the
worse.
city's fine. It's the people there that are. Anyways, wow. So number 4, the world will end by failing ecosystems. Some scientists have labeled our current era the Anthropocene, which means the current geological age viewed as the period during which human activity has been the dominant influence on climate and the environment. So
That's not just because we have the band Anthrax that rocks so hard?
Oh, Anthrax. Fun fact, bonus fact. Anthrax's guitarist is named Scott Ian.
Yes.
And my brother's name is Ian Scott.
Oh.
I know.
Yep.
I'm like,
Have
what?
have you ever seen them in the same room together?
I've never seen them in the same room together.
I'm just saying.
And they both have the same head. Like the same.
And,
the same
and both a skeleton.
Yeah,
Underneath their skin.
skeletons,
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
That's a weird last name, though, right? Ian? Scott Ian? Like, anyways.
Scott
that's,
Ian, yeah.
Number 5, the world will end by asteroid impact, which kind of sounds awesome. So it's happened before. That's where the dinosaurs got to. And if one asteroid, a tenth of the size of the one that killed off the dinosaurs, hit again, we'd all be dead. The Earth has been struck by these cataclysmic pebbles a number of times, and they pass by us like thousands fly past us every single day. So another cheery thought, it's really just a matter of time before we get hit and we all die. Wow, this is, yeah, okay. Number 6, the world will end by super volcano eruption. So according to science, if you believe in science, this has happened approximately once every 17,000 years for the last 2 or 3 million years. The most recent one was in New Zealand. So thanks, Peter Jackson. First that shitty Hobbit trilogy and now this volcano thing. That was 26,000 years ago, so we're overdue. But there was a massive volcano eruption in Iceland, right? A couple years ago. Did that ever... Were we talking about this at one time where you weren't able to fly somewhere because of that?
No, it never affected me. In fact, I knew some friends who it affected, yeah. Yeah, I know a bunch of people from here who are actually stranded in Iceland at the time. There was a couple that I know from Edmonton who were on a honeymoon and they had to stay in Iceland for like an extra 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. So,
Oh, man.
worst places, I guess. But
Worst place to be stuck in Reykjavik, for sure. Yeah, it sounds pretty
Because
awesome.
Iceland's actually not pretty icy as the name would suspect, right?
No, it's like the
Isn't it-
opposite of Greenland.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
it like
They should be switching names.
Iceland's very nice, but Greenland's full of ice? Isn't that the little,
I think
the little
so,
rhyme?
yeah.
Is there a rhyme for that? Iceland's very nice, but Greenland's full of ice.
Yeah.
Iceland, actually, quick little fact about Iceland. Beer was banned in Iceland up until 1989.
You're joking.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, how could it be nice then? Like, for real?
Yeah.
Stick that in your fact and smoke it.
What are they doing?
Yeah, they had a long running feud, but they like struggling for independence from Denmark, apparently, and
Denmark was like, fuck it, we know how to piss people off.
Yeah, Denmark loved drinking their beer, and one of the things that Icelandic people at the helm at the time were like, no, we kept the ban on like alcohol and stuff like that. They alleviated the bans for like liquor and stuff like that, but beer, they kept the ban in place until like 1989.
Wow.
Because they thought like, we didn't want to be having share the same sort of traits as Denmark or whatever, but the people finally gave into the bullshit and got it overturned. And
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when the UN stepped in and said like, this is a crime against humanity.
And now you pay €20 a pint when you go there.
Holy smokes. Number 7, the world will end by solar geoengineering. If there's one thing the world has happily embraced, especially here in Alberta, it's solar power. We can agree on that, you guys? Billionaires around the world, they want to see their stream of revenue dry up for renewable resources that could cleanly power anything we need forever and ever. Anywho, some have suggested that the concept of a second atmosphere beyond our ozone, one established via geoengineering, could either potentially trap heat in or block heat out, so we'd all die either really quick or really slow. And so that's solar geoengineering. Yay.
So it's like Highlander 2?
A Highlander 2, totally. Or I think they call it a Dutch oven. Where you
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Number 8, the world will end by artificial intelligence. It has been suggested that the majority of people on the planet will be working with some form of AI by the year 2050. At that rate, here's another cheery thought. It's conceivable that they would figure out how selfish and awful we are collectively and decide they're better off without us. So, yay. Number 9, the world will end by political correctness gone wrong. You guys know what I'm saying? Hey. Holy. We can't even say happy 100 episode anniversary anymore without somebody jumping down our throat.
What about 101?
Yeah, I know. The other 99 don't count. Number 10, the world will end by alien invasion. It would be pretty awesome to behold, but the big questions here are A, will they be nice to us? Mm-hmm. And B, do we trust the governments of the world to handle something like that? Right? Those clowns in Congress. What a bunch of clowns.
Now, hold on. I got a question about that. What was the first one again?
Damn you, Charlie. That was the one about nuclear war.
Oh, right.
And the cannibal biker gangs.
Yeah. And the second one?
Yeah.
Why can't it be all of the above?
It could be a mix of aliens with AI.
Yeah.
A bit of solar geoengineering. AI-aliens. That's probably what's going to get us. AI-aliens. You heard it here first, people.
AI-aliens.
That's all right.
Charlie, you have 10 fun facts that I didn't skip over.
Here I am.
Damn it.
Don't you know me?
I do. I'm sorry.
That's fine. For this second chunk of facts, I'm going to start off with some facts of life facts.
Take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
So, number 11, facts of life facts. There were 7 girls in the first season. Blair, Tootie, Natalie, and 4 others. Producers stripped it down in season 2, kept the best, dumped the rest. They brought in Nancy McKean as tomboy, blue-collar Joe. Fact. Number 12. When the show ended in 1988, it was, at the time, the longest-running sitcom in NBC's history. 9 seasons and 201 episodes were enough to set the record in 1988. No longer. They didn't hold the record for long.
No.
At the time, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Fact 13. One year, my gift for a White Elephant gift exchange was a DVD box set of the entire Facts of Life series. It was not well received. Fact.
It was not well received. Wait. What's the fact here? That you didn't like it or that you got it?
No. I gave it.
Oh, you gave
it? I put it into a White Elephant thing, and the person who got it was like,
fuck this shit.
Facts of Life box set. What am I supposed to do with this?
So you gave it to someone?
Yeah, I put it into a White Elephant.
Okay.
And it was not well received. I thought it was a banging gift.
That is a banging gift.
I believe that was the same year I got some cordless phones, way after cordless phones were a thing that anybody needed. So it was reciprocal.
Wait, all phones are cordless. Sorry, I was born in 2002.
2004.
2004,
Right.
sorry.
That's right. Fact. Now it's time for some weird, amazing facts. Number 14. There's a company that turns dead bodies into ocean reef. The company is called Eternal Reefs. They mix the person's remains with concrete, encase it in a reef ball that is then dropped into the sea. Yum!
Wow.
Good for fishes.
Totally.
Fact. Number 15. Vacuum cleaners were originally horse-drawn. They were originally so large that they were carried around with horse-drawn carriages. Giant hoses were popped through the windows of customers, and the debris was sucked into a glass container where everyone could see your dirt and filth. Fact. Number 16. Alfred Hitchcock was frightened of eggs. In 1963, he told an interviewer, "I'm frightened of eggs. Worse than frightened. They revolt me. That white round thing without any holes. And when you break it, inside, there's that yellow thing, round, without any holes. Blood is jolly, red. But egg yolk is yellow, revolting. I've never tasted it."
What?
Fact.
Holy.
You are on fire, my man.
Some things here, man.
Well, fact 17. For 20 years, a cat served as a mayor of an Alaskan town. In 1997, an orange cat named Stubbs became honorary mayor of the Alaskan town Talkeetna. He served in the position until his death in 2017. R.I.P. Stubbs. Fact.
Why did they call him Stubbs? We need a picture here. Is this another Gary Burger Hut situation? Like,
he was one of those cats with the opposable thumb. Fact 18. Spiderwebs were used as bandages in ancient times. In ancient Greece and Rome, doctors used spiderwebs to make bandages for their patients. Spiderwebs supposedly have natural antiseptic and antifungal properties, which can keep wounds clean and prevent infection. It's also said that spiderwebs are rich in vitamin K, which helps promote clotting. Fact. So next time you cut yourself, just hit one of your spider webs in the corner of your basement there, and you'll be just fine.
Overcome that irrational fear first, yeah.
Number 19, this one's for you, Andy.
Okay.
You're more likely to get a computer virus from visiting religious sites than porn sites.
Oh.
It was found that religious websites carry 3 times more malware threats than pornography sites. Researchers hypothesized that that's because porn sites need to generate a profit, so there's a financial incentive to keeping them virus-free to encourage repeat business. Fact!
Feeling fully vindicated right now. Yeah.
100%, man.
That's why I don't go on those religious sites.
Yeah.
That's why I'm all over those porn sites.
I have the cleanest computer in the world.
That's right. And fact number 20, rounding out this set, Shakespeare's epitaph contains a curse for grave robbers. More death. Shakespeare died in 1616 at the age of 52. He had the epitaph on his tomb read, "Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed to the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones." Fact.
Beautiful.
So good.
Mic drop. At
Poetic,
the end
man. Poetic.
Well, then that's going to take us to ad number 2. Yay, fact.
Hey, fact.
Thinking on? I mean, it's been a while. Welcome to the Turf District podcast, where we huddle up and talk all things Edmonton football team. And we are a part of the Alberta Podcast Network, locally grown, community supported. I'm Andrew.
I'm Superfan Mike.
And I'm Commissioner Kay.
We used to have a different name, much like the team, and now we are relaunching the rebranded podcast starting next week.
We will cover player and, as it seems, coach signings.
Team news and, like when we play and when we actually have a team name.
And we will catch up with people from the team, the alumni, the fans, and everyone around the CFL.
We might talk a little bit of history, too.
Really? Weird.
Plus, we'll have new shirts coming, too.
Join us every 2 weeks starting February 2nd, 2021, and every week once we have football back. Find us on Twitter at The Turf District.
On Facebook at The Turf District Podcast.
And on IG at The Turf District.
YouTube Live on Monday nights and the full pod everywhere you find podcasts on Tuesdays. Join the huddle, and remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.
We are back. Had a little tour of the back. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
A little bit of a cluster back there, but no, it's cool. It's good to see the run-ins of it and stuff.
So what are we gonna? We're gonna.
Yeah. So I basically poured you guys a flight here. Kind of customary for anybody who goes to the brewery these days to get a flight. Get a sample of a bunch of different styles of beer. If they're not familiar with the beers that each brewery has. So yeah, I poured 4 here. The first 2 are basically 2 sort of flagship core beers that you might say we're very known for, and then the final 2 are 2 of our festive beers that will be coming out here in the next sort of week or 2. Yeah, so I got the blueberry beer, which I was giving the guys a bit of a rundown in the back. It's our best-selling beer, maybe inadvertently so, like I stumbled upon it about a year or 2 ago with Dunkelweizen base, and the beer initially didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. So we, without wasting a batch of beer, we basically added some blueberry and vanilla to see what it might turn out like, and it happened to be our best-selling beer a year later, and our brewer basically can't keep up with the demand for it. We'll empty a tank, and he has to basically brew it up right away to keep it going. So
sounds like a good problem to have.
Yeah. And that's this one here.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, blueberry session ale. It's like a fruit Dunkelweizen. So like a dark wheat beer base, and then a bit of blueberry and vanilla. So yeah, have a little taste here. See what you guys think.
A blueberry.
Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, fact. They cheered before every drink.
Okay, I can't reach very far.
All right, there we are.
Carla's got the little T-Rex arms.
Yeah, you can get the smell, you can get the aroma right away with it.
Mm-hmm.
That is very blueberry.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
That is not what I expected.
That is spectacular.
A lot of people are very surprised with when they try it, because there's a bunch of blueberry beers in the market out there.
Yeah.
This one's a little different. The idea behind the guys, the Omen, the guys who own it, their direction for the brewery to begin with was they wanted to have a dark beer brewery, something that isn't really a thing in Edmonton. A lot of breweries are, going away with the IPA route and stuff like that there, which is very... Their background, their ancestry is sort of German, Irish, English, so they wanted to kind of keep it very traditional, very European. So you can see that with a lot of the styles that they create. A lot of Dunkelweizens, a lot of Irish ales, stouts, that kind of stuff. So... so they're basically a dark beer brewery is what they're known for. The second beer is their first beer that they ever created. So it's got a good spot in their hearts. This is a Rogan beer, so it's a German rye beer. Slightly different to a North American rye beer. The main difference is the North American rye beer has about 20 to 30% rye grain in the mash. The German rye beer has about 50% rye grain, so it gives it a bit more of a medium to full-bodied mouthfeel, a bit more of a velvety kind of a texture. The rye grain gives it a bit of a spicy characteristic, similar to like what you would get with like a rye whiskey.
Nice.
It's a really beautiful, well-balanced beer. So, this is definitely a beer that the beer enthusiasts, shall we say, would say is our best beer. So, yeah, you should give that a go and see what you guys think.
Is this your Midnight Rider? Is that what it's called?
This is your Midnight Rider.
Yeah, nice. I'm down for it. This is the one we talked about.
Yeah,
Night Rider. Sorry, Night Rider.
Yeah, I got one guy who comes into the brewery and he asks for a Hasselhoff every time he comes in.
Give me a Hasselhoff. Kit!
Yeah.
Quite the progression from that blueberry to this.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, it's still super fruity.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the blueberry or if this is actually the beer,
Yeah.
So good, though.
But yeah, it's a lot of people get it mixed up with a Rausch beer and a Rogan beer. The Rausch beer would be like a smoky beer. This one, the Rogan beer is just a straight up German rye beer, yeah.
I have never had a beer like this before.
Yeah,
it's
super unique.
It's a very unique beer. As far as I'm aware, no other brewery in Edmonton makes a Rogan beer. The only brewery that I know in Alberta that I'm aware of that makes a Rogan beer is Blind Man, and theirs is very good, very, very good.
Blind Man Brewing, they're awesome.
They're awesome down in Lacombe, this is our I would say our flagship beer, you might say, yeah.
Kind of has it reminds me a bit of an Innocent Gun. A little bit,
yeah, definitely got that kind of characteristic to it. Like, there's some people who come in and they're like, "Oh, give us the one with the rye whiskey," and we're like, "No, we don't have any whiskey beers."
That's
but this is kind of what they're getting at. Yeah, the final 2 beers, the penultimate one, I should say, is our Winter Shaker, Winter Warmer. So you'll notice the color similarities between that and the blueberry. It's basically the base beer that we use for the Winter Shaker and the blueberry, the same base beer, and then we just take it in a different direction with the flavors that we add later in the process. So yeah, the Winter Shaker is a dark wheat beer base. Then we add a bunch of Christmas spices to it, like ginger, cinnamon, almond, clove, and amaretto as well, like an amaretto syrup. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, it's got a really beautiful gingerbready kind of feel.
Oh yeah.
Great nose to it.
Yeah.
It's like a warm hug.
This does. This is like we've been like on a sleigh ride all day. Let's get loaded. Like hot apple, cinnamon,
Got that almost mulled wine
Mulled
wine
yeah.
characteristic. Yeah,
100%.
Sort of muddle around a fire there at night and just get something to warm you up. So yeah, that's a big favorite. Big favorite around this time of year. People are always asking, when's it coming out?
Oh dear, we're on a downward slope.
We're feeling festive, Andy.
We still have a podcast to finish up.
Yeah, I'm
so
glad we locked the doors there. So, so yeah, that's the winter shaker. I'll get another quick sip before I talk about the last one here.
And that is good.
That is, yeah, like I said, just like it tastes like a warm hug.
Yeah,
It sure does.
Yeah.
The last
so different too. Oh.
The last one, the final beer in the flight here is our anniversary beer. This one is probably my favorite out of the lineup at the minute. It's just absolutely delicious. It's our Black Forest Cake chocolate milk stout. So, yeah, we release this one every year to celebrate the anniversary of the brewery being open. So it comes out on December 1st for off sales, but right now you can come in and get it in the tap room for pints and stuff. But yeah, basically it's the milk stout base. So it's one of another core beer base that we have, or milk stout. Then we add a bunch of chocolate, cherry, and vanilla to it. So it's got a beautiful, that Black Forest Cake flavor comes through in the beer. So it's very much a dessert beer. I think we did it last year as well. I feel like it was a bit richer. I feel like this year's sort of product or this one's release is a bit more well balanced, and it feels as rich as it is. It feels like almost a bit more sessionable than last year's one. I could feel like I could have 2 or 3 of these, no problem at all.
It's funny how that happens when you have something that's like a complicated flavor,
Yeah.
and you're like, we'll have one of these, but it's not 6 or 7 like we talked about with some of the beers.
Yeah, but I would have like 6 or 7 of these. No questions asked.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah, the chocolate really comes through, and you get a little bit of the cherry in the back there coming through as well. Little subtle kick on the cherry.
A little nutty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
it kind of tastes a bit coffee-y.
Yeah, well, yeah. One of the grains that we use for the milk stout, typical of any stout, you'll get a coffee characteristic. Murphy's is very, very well known for that. But yeah, no, this is a very exciting beer, very delicious.
Hot damn, those are good. Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
That is something else, man.
So, Andrew, you said you're paying for all the Uber stuff?
Yeah, we should have carpooled today. We didn't think this one through, did we?
Well, I guess we got our last round of fun facts here. So, Charles Chonks the fourth.
Ooh. You want me to get back at it?
Some fun facts.
Oh,
here.
these facts are all still, what did I call them before?
Fancy fresh.
Weird, amazing facts.
Oh, okay, facts.
Fact.
Fun.
Number 21.
Oh.
The Goodyear blimp is the official bird of Redondo Beach, California. In 1983, Redondo Beach passed a resolution to make the iconic blimp its official bird. That's redondolous. Fact. Number 22. It would only take 1 hour to drive to space. If you got in your car and drove upwards to the sky at 60 miles per hour, it would only take you 1 hour to reach your destination, if in fact your destination was outer space.
Wow.
Fact. Speaking of space, number 23, the Apollo 11 crew used hundreds of autographs as life insurance. Neil Armstrong and the Apollo 11 crew signed hundreds of autographs which were to be sold by their families in the unfortunate case that they died before they returned from the moon.
Good Lord. What?
They were life insurance autographs, and they still show up for sale today, selling for as much as $30,000. Fact.
I love that.
That is great.
I love that.
What are you going to do? Just sign a whole bunch of papers just in case.
Yeah.
You hold on to these,
Yeah.
and if anything happens,
die,
you sell them.
Totally.
These are going to be worth some money.
That's right.
I promise, kids, I'll be fine. But
That's actually, I signed a bunch of things for Kaylee before I left for this podcast, so...
just in case I die.
I don't know what the shit they're serving down there is. Andrew speaks highly of it, but I don't know. I can't take his word for it.
I love how the first part of our podcast, we were pretty quiet. And we took a little break. It's hours.
It's gone downhill. That's fine.
Worse or better?
Yeah.
Fact. Number 24. A meteor exploded over Earth with the force of 10 atomic bombs, and everyone missed it. December 18th, 2018, a meteor hit our atmosphere and exploded with a force that was 10 times the energy of Hiroshima atomic bomb. NASA didn't notice until after the fact because it happened away from the paths of commercial flights between North America and Asia over the Bering Sea. Fact.
Wow.
That harkens back to one of your facts, buddy.
It sure does. Any day, we're all gonna die. I should point out that we're actually not even 2 beers in. Like, this is how lambasted we've got after not even 2 pints.
Fact.
You're 2 full beers, and you didn't take long to polish up that flight.
No, I finished the little guys. I got the little guy here for sipping.
That's
but that's
right.
this
Just
is
pacing it a
ridiculous.
little bit.
I'm
little
like,
bit.
Yeah, feel free to go and get yourself another one after that.
Slow myself down.
I showed up on time, so I've had a couple of
Number 25. Greg showed up on time. Fact. For the first time ever in a podcast recording. No, that's not. Andrew's the one who shows up late, and you should have put that in your fact.
That is in my facts.
I was on time and took a picture of Charlie.
It was great.
In the parking lot at his car when he pulled up.
Yeah, there's a picture through
Yeah.
another van's windows of me looking at my phone.
Which is one of my favorite things. Like, anyways, we're digressing here.
As I was saying, number 25. Scientists discovered an organism with a disappearing butt. The comb jelly, or warty comb jelly, which I believe was also Andrew's nickname in high school, has a disappearing butt. Sydney Tam of the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, told New Scientist that there is no documentation of a transient anus in any other animals that I know of. It is not visible when the animal is not pooping. There's no trace under the microscope. It's invisible to me.
From Woods Hole.
From Woods Hole.
From Woods Hole.
Like nobody's putting those 2 and 2 together.
Oh my.
The place was called Woods Hole.
That's right. Number 26.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Oh,
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
A London tomb is supposedly a time machine or teleportation chamber.
Oh, amazing.
London's Brompton Cemetery is the final resting place of Hannah Courtoy. She is buried there alongside 2 of her daughters in a giant granite mausoleum, which includes a pyramid peak and a bronze door decorated with Egyptian hieroglyphics. The entryway includes a keyhole, but no one knows where the missing key is. Local legend says that the tomb is not, in fact, just a tomb, but a time machine or a teleportation chamber. Fact.
That's a whole subject for a podcast.
That's a whole nother episode.
We're going to have to come back
Put
to
a pin
this.
in that, buddy.
Absolutely.
Number 27. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. Training knots may spend somewhere around 1,100 hours to get linguistically up to speed. Fact.
Wow.
Training knots.
Yeah, they're knots in training, right?
Nuts. Yeah, they're not nuts yet.
Number 28. Both cotton candy and the electric chair were invented by dentists. Fact.
What?
Holy.
That's I like that one.
Yeah.
Holy.
Is there a backstory to that one?
Oh, and I did. I was getting to the end here, and I was like, God. Which actually we'll get back to in fact 30. Just hold on to that.
Okay, because that's...
We got 2 more.
Open a
Number
wormhole with that
29.
one.
Yeah, number 29. Almost 163,000 pints of Guinness are wasted in facial hair every year via mustaches. Someone actually did this
Ring
math.
that bad boy out there, Greg. Get a glass there, Andrew.
I gotta shave that shit out.
Greg, I must ask you to stop wasting all that Guinness.
Oh, Charlie, bless your heart. Thank you.
Fact.
And to bring it on home, number 30. I was very inebriated when I agreed to do this fact thing, and upon sobering up, I regret it. Fact.
Awesome.
Oh, my. All right.
He was actually that. I believe that was his response.
I was
fucking hammered.
in a cabin in the woods under very many influences at the time, and I was like, "This is a great idea." And then I sobered up and came back into town the next day, and I was like,
This sucks.
Wait a minute.
"Oh man, why did I say this is a good?"
And
idea?
what about all your other suggestions when you were drunk? Because I have a few other things.
Hold on.
That's for another episode.
That's for another episode.
Yeah, fact.
Because the suggestions did continue at that point. All right, Greg, are we ready to rock
yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Moments of Greg.
Now get ready for 10 facts about Greg.
Oh, this is a moment of Greg
That's
times 10.
definitely a moment of Greg. 10 moments of Greg.
A dodecahedron of Greg.
Mildly relieved that they're not 10 facts about me. But I also would have been highly impressed if you had known 10 facts about me, Greg.
Okay, well, these are 10
So good.
fun facts about Aidan, which are going to reflect my lifestyle. So, fact number 1: I have a black belt in karate.
Oh wow!
Fact.
That's
Nobody knows that.
wow.
Now you do.
That's amazing.
I also love fried chicken,
Hey.
Okay.
like my good friend Charlie. Took 30 years to grow this beard that all the Guinness is now hidden in. And yeah, like I still can't grow a beard. It sucks. Number 4: I love sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
National sport.
Wonderful.
National sports ball. We were actually talking before the podcast that Aidan here had gotten the chance to go to our FIFA qualifying match.
Oh, yeah.
Which he told me it was a fantastic time.
Yeah, it
and
was
everybody
unbelievable.
I've talked to has said it's fantastic. So.
I can't. The news outlets around the world have not covered the fact that there was like 10 people streaking at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was not on like ESPN or
No,
like,
a good,
nothing.
good friend of mine's video was posted on, what do they call it, Barstool Sports?
Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, it's all over TikTok.
Were you one of them?
No.
And Aidan was one of them.
I was clinging on to every piece of cotton or clothing I had.
Anything that could keep me warm, right?
Plenty cold that day. I feel sorry for it was like Mexico and Costa Rica, and it was like minus 15 that
Yeah,
day. So,
the Costa Rica game, I don't think it was super cold, but yeah, the Mexico game was felt like minus 14 or
oh
whatever.
boy.
Yeah, it was cold.
Like, the video was sorry, I don't want to take away from Greg's thing, but yeah, Buddy sent to me a video of a guy in the stand with his top off, classic soccer hooligan sort of stuff, like, and tattooed, clad, and just partying it up in the stands
with no shirt on.
No shirt on the whole time.
I saw that video.
Yeah, it was Jordan.
Yeah. When in Rome.
Tap Saf. Yeah, that's Tap Saf. That's dangerous.
All right, so we're back to the sports ball. Number 5: I hate mornings.
And yet you were here first. This morning.
That's right.
I'm here out of spite.
I think he showed up last night.
You were coming to a brewery as well.
I slept here last night. Yeah.
Even last night.
I hate IPAs.
Nice. I knew this about you.
If nobody ever listened to this podcast,
God, I didn't
before,
serve you an IPA.
No, you got lucky there.
He'll drink them if he's needed.
If I have to.
If he has to.
Why waste a good beverage, right? I love Pilsners. I was listening to the song Sister Christian on my way here, and I wanted to include it into a fact. Amazing song.
Okay.
Is that your fact? Sister Christian is an amazing song?
Yeah.
Fact.
My favorite food is Eggs Benedict, and my favorite color is purple. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm single and willing to mingle.
I was just going to interrupt there and say this is a perfect little bio for a date.
You know this isn't Tinder, right? This is a podcast.
It's time the two meet. So ladies, if you're or gentlemen,
ladies or gentlemen, if you're out there, I'm willing to be a stay-at-home dad.
That's right.
And,
you two could have a moment of grace.
Nice.
You could have lots of those. Multiple in one day if you really want it.
Oh, look at this rock star.
Wow.
Anyway, you can find me here on my podcast. That's it. That's all about Greg. Greg's got nothing really cool going on.
Good facts.
I would swipe right in that.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Cheers. Cheers to swiping right.
I'll see you after.
Keep those doors locked.
This seems like an odd way to wrap it up, but I promise I've got a little. Yeah. So we got 10 fun facts about macaroni and cheese. Okay, so number 1, Kraft sells 1 million boxes of macaroni and cheese around the world every single day.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I believe it.
That's a whole lot. The world record for eating a box of this is number 2. The world record for eating a box of macaroni and cheese is 1 minute and 2.14 seconds. That's disgusting because it wasn't cooked.
What?
Can you imagine?
They're also not trying hard enough.
Crunchy.
Can you imagine that coming out the other end?
It's like cereal.
Yeah.
Pour some milk. Just pour the milk in and
cereal made of broken glass. That would shred you to pieces. This is going to harken back to your previous episode, but Vanilla Ice, or VI, as he's known on the streets.
Of course.
That's what the cool people call him. He was brought back in 2014 for a series of advertisements. Critics were quick to point out that this was in poor taste ethically, as celebrities that children look up to shouldn't be panhandling macaroni and cheese. I'd personally suggest that getting Vanilla Ice in 2014 was panhandling to 30 or 40-year-olds who still rock out to ninja rap and not children.
Okay, and look, if you've got the guys from MASH selling IBM computers, why can't Vanilla Ice sell mac and cheese?
I guess it's that, like, no kid on the planet is like, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
That's all. Number 4, there's an enormous macaroni statue, not made up of small pieces of glued macaroni with like gold sparkles on it, but actually one giant noodle, Charlie, in Philadelphia's Love Park. So there's one massive noodle over there.
I'd love Park to see that.
Yeah. The nickname KD is unique to Canada as it is one of Kraft's biggest importers. This is odd to me as I only ever say this, and even saying the word Kraft dinner sounds strange. So is that just me? Like, do you guys... I know what Kraft dinner is.
It's got to be KD.
But I never ever say Kraft dinner.
There's a specific difference between what the United States calls macaroni and cheese and what we call a Kraft dinner. Yeah, exactly.
But we just say KD.
Yeah.
Like, and I know it stands for Kraft dinner, but I can't believe
you were talking about Kevin Durant. It's got to be KD.
Number 6, there are a number of people who wrongly put ketchup on their macaroni and cheese. I'm not here to judge.
Yeah.
Live your life.
Except you've just judged.
I know. I don't judge.
I judge you hard.
Like
name drop a mutual friend of ours called Don Anderson there, Andrew.
Oh, is she a ketchup?
Covers the shit in it.
Hey, hey! I put that shit on my KD sometimes.
Okay, both of you.
Shame on you.
That's right.
You're getting
Look,
locked
sometimes,
up. Yeah.
sometimes you get KD, and sometimes you just want to jazz it. You want to zazz it up a little bit.
Zazz it up with a little ketchup.
Zazz it up.
Just
with
zazz it up.
ketchup?
No, you jazz it up with Zataran, but you zazz it up with ketchup or Red Hot.
I'm trying not to judge, but that's nasty, and I want you to live your life, but you're wrong. Like, it's fine, but
all opinions are right, but yours is wrong.
The only thing worse than that is anyone who, I'm sure we've all been subjected to the atrocities of a tuna noodle casserole.
I have not.
Oh, no,
it's called tuna helper.
Yeah. Oh, so
that shit would kill me.
Yeah, if it's gonna be a tuna noodle casserole, like. I'll give you the names now. There's no need to torture me. Like, I'll talk. Like, go ahead. I'm ready to talk.
Where is the microfilm, Andrew?
I'll tell you where all of the films are. Number 7, as mentioned earlier, macaroni and cheese, or KD as Canadians often call it, has been adopted by many as the food of the nation. I certainly understand that as its popularity is ubiquitous, but I am baffled that we have let this happen. I love it as much as the next Johnny Punch Clock, but food of the nation, Kraft dinner. Come on.
This isn't real, right?
In the last episode, we talked about how donair should probably be the food of the nation. Greg, we're
poutine. Hello.
I know poutine is kind of unofficial.
Is actually the unofficial.
Yeah.
Is the official unofficial.
Yeah.
But Kraft dinner, the food of Canada, come on. No.
If I talk to my friends back home in Ireland, they'll ask like, what's Canadian classic? It's always
fucking poutine.
It's poutine. It's not Kraft poutine.
It's not Kraft dinner.
I would argue that ketchup chips are more Canadian than KD.
Ketchup chips all
Something
day.
I just found out
I would
this
agree.
year, and I love ketchup chips.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I just found out ketchup chips when I started working here. Actually,
You know what else is
You
good?
never had them before?
I never had. Well, I think I might have had them, but I didn't know that they were like a Canadian thing.
We recently just had a good friend of ours on a podcast send ketchup chips to somebody in Guam.
Yeah,
Guam.
so they could have them for the first time.
What a treat!
And her reaction was pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
So here's what you do.
It sounds gross, but it's amazing.
You take those ketchup chips, you crumble them over your mac and cheese.
See that? Now
That's a way better alternative than just pouring ketchup all over your mac and cheese.
I am fine with
That's good. That's pretty good,
Yeah. Now, number 8. This is odd. Sommeliers may not agree on everything, but the common consensus internationally is that a Chardonnay is the perfect pairing to macaroni and cheese.
I've never tried it, but I would.
Now, this is not a recent addition to the culinary arts by any stretch, but macaroni and cheese has been around for centuries. In fact, in the 14th century, a cheese and pasta casserole known as macaroons was included in the famous medieval English cookbook, The Form of Curry. The recipe says, "Take thy fowl of dough and carve it into pieces and cast hem on boiling water and seep it well. Take cheese and grate and butter cast Byzantine and above his lozenge and serve forth." Now I wrote this.
Yeah,
I
I can do that.
I wrote this next part here. Hark, that doth be basically how the savages do it today on ye old crockpot.
You know what? You remember how one of my facts was like, what's on Shakespeare's tomb? Mm-hmm. That would be cool on my tomb.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, what does
a recipe for macaroni?
With the barbecue chips is a nice topping.
That's right. It just as a footnote.
Good upsell there.
Ketchup chips, crumble on top.
Now, number 10, the final one here, is that the real beauty of macaroni and cheese lies in the variations. And if you guys are okay with this, I've got 4 variations to share with you today. I hope that's all right. Little impromptu snack time.
Snack time. Oh,
Which
no!
Oh, Jesus.
You monster!
Just don't put that blindfold around me again. Can't bear it again.
That's not what you said last time.
That's what's in the box.
All right, so
I was hoping, wishing.
Guys got each a spoon here.
Oh, so everybody gets a spoon.
Okay, and I'm into this as well, knowing full well what this will do to my.
No, you didn't.
Larger.
I knew you had some tricks up your sleeve.
Smaller colon. 1. Okay, so go ahead. What we've got here is what I'm calling the classic. Okay, so go ahead and have yourself a little helping. Yeah, go ahead. We're taking 1 spoon at a time. We're being COVID friendly here. 1 spoon, no double dip. You guys will be like, oh, can I have the rest of that by the time we're done this round, I promise.
Okay, did you put the cheese sauce on that one?
There's a bit of cheese sauce on this here.
A bit, but like a regular amount?
I put a Scott family amount of cheese, which is half of the package.
You only use half of the pack?
This is buttered noodles.
What are you doing to your family?
This is buttered noodles.
Amazing. Yeah, I know.
It's actually pretty good that we're having this after drinking all these flights and whatnot.
Because Andrew was just complaining at the start of this, like which beers he couldn't drink, and now he's pulling out a whole selection of different pastas and cheeses and stuff, and all sorts of bullshit food here.
I have to be careful because
it's a good thing you could bring your own food into this place, huh?
Yeah. So number 2, what we're calling the childhood classic. Of course, we've got some hot dogs added to. So
That's
macaroni and cheese. You let the hot dogs boil in the water, then you throw in the noodles, and the whole thing is just full of whatever's in hot dogs, and it's amazing.
Chocolate covered starfish and hot dogs.
Whatever's in hot dogs.
So it's all organ meat and toenails, and nobody knows the magic of hot dogs.
Ashtrays and stuff. Yeah,
this is great.
Now, is this something you're going to find back in the fatherland?
It just brings me back to like my college days when
Right, some hot dogs and macaroni and cheese.
I mean, I did this a couple weeks ago, for real. Like, this is not a rare occurrence.
This is beautiful.
I legit cooked this for somebody at work the other day.
Yeah!
So good. 3. Okay, now our third variation is what we're called the celebrations. Okay, so yeah. So celebration is actually macaroni and cheese with cotton candy powder on it. So I've got you guys ready to go here. So
son of a bitch!
This is actually macaroni and cotton candy powder. Yeah.
Is this one of those flavor packs?
This is dairy free, which speaks to me.
That would explain why you only used half the other pack.
Mm-hmm. And there's hot dogs in there. I don't know if you guys like.
I didn't get the hot dog.
Cotton candy on your wiener, but there you go.
How many more left?
There you go.
Pass it around again.
Jesus Christ!
We can take a second round.
I'm good.
Yeah, there you go.
If I'm eating this cotton candy.
That cotton candy's not bad. So that was the celebrations.
Celebrations, as
Yeah.
he calls it.
That wasn't a celebration.
That was. I think it's not bad.
I feel bad for your kids.
But
if that was the celebration they look forward
Are
to.
you taking back your previous statement that he's a great dad?
Yeah. Totally.
Undo that fact.
He was one of the best dads I knew.
Control Z that fact.
Now for our last round here, I have the holiday festive celebration blend.
Oh my God.
So what we've got is we've got our cotton candy blend with some chopped up candy canes.
Mother of God.
You monster.
And just in honor,
Jesus, no.
Do it.
Honor of Don Anderson, we're going to throw some ketchup on
Get it in there.
Okay, so there we go. And,
Dare to dream.
just to make things extra festive, I have some Pop Rocks for us that we're going to go ahead and throw on there. So
I was going to say ranch would have been way better.
Ranch.
Don't be. Who would put ranch on their cotton candy
The
macaroni
same person
and cheese?
that puts
Their
ketchup
cotton
on
candy
So-
hot dog macaroni and cheese
Got our
with ketchup.
Actually, can you take a picture of this here, Aidan, just so we don't?
Somebody's got
My
to
spoon and my beer here.
document our demise. I told you I wasn't coming back from this.
Our festive celebration is cotton candy with candy cane, ketchup. I know, and some Pop Rocks, which I'll just throw across the top.
Let's get another photo of that there.
A nice dusting of Pop Rocks.
It's like a little bit of green onion or something.
Yeah, very festive. Okay, now Aidan as the guest of honor. Away you go.
That's the guest of honor.
You first.
We.
I think we should all wait and eat it at the same time. So
That's not a bad idea.
There's
Okay,
one
that's a good
little
idea.
second.
That's fair. We should have put these in shot glasses, yeah.
Taking a shot, yeah. Then really like a
Get some
really
candy
bad
cane
shot at
in
the same
there.
time.
Candy cane, hot dog,
Yeah.
ketchup.
I really miss the times that we had Some blood pudding.
This restarts our blood feud of having these kind of snack times, Andy.
Oh, look at that candy cane. Pieces of real candy cane in there. That is.
You know what? We're going to order pizza, and then we're going to get him nothing next time.
All right.
All right, cheers.
Spoon cheers.
Happy holidays.
It's been great.
Cheers.
Happy 100th podiversary.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
You hear the Pop Rocks.
Oh, man, that's the best one, yeah.
Yeah. That candy cane adds nice notes to the hot dogs. I'm actually kind of enjoying
Who needs
this.
Jingle Bells when you got Pop Rocks, am I right?
That's not so bad.
This is horrible.
This is really good. I'm enjoying this.
It's like a beautiful...
He's eating the whole container.
I'm perfectly
It's gone.
It's the only meal he gets to eat when you have children.
Oh, totally. I'm usually eating a meal over a sink. Those are still in there. Yeah.
It's just like a light dusting of hail just crashing onto your window at night.
It's that beautiful snow. And you're like, I don't hate this yet. It's not making me drive all over the place.
I brushed my teeth when I was super drunk and decided to order McDonald's.
Yeah.
Why did I empty my flight so early?
Yeah, right?
Alrighty then, Noodle Slappers. We sure do appreciate you swinging by to hang out with us again. And we will be back with episode 8, our 4th Christmas special, very soon. Maybe this time we'll have new jokes. Maybe we'll talk about new things. Maybe we'll try something new. Maybe not.
We will not.
Probably not. No.
Samesies.
Highlander 3. Here we come.
It's like they say, out with the old and in with the nucleus. In the meantime, if you're needing some candy cane shavings on your wiener, then slide into our past casts and social medias at itsaconspiracypodcast.com. Thanks again to Aidan and the good people at Omen Brewing.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Happy brewiversary.
Yeah.
Yay!
Cheers, yeah.
That's amazing. Do
Come
we
on
still have some
down.
beers
Come on
left?
down. Just don't take your Untapped app with you. Leave that at home, please.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I got nothing left to cheers with.
Oh.
Damn it.
Well, we can pretend.
You can just give us the old fist. Yeah. So see you soon and take care.
Yeah.
See you never.
Bye.
Happy Christmas. That's why I'm all over those porn sites.
I have the cleanest computer.